Good afternoon. I'm Zeenat Gbadamosi, a growth hacker at Corpreneur. Today's webinar is about how to manage and grow your business online, and it's brought to you by RemoteSkills Africa in partnership with Corpreneur. So, what we're going to learn how to increase online sales and how to get loyal customers to continue to buy our products and also bring in referrals. So first of all, let's talk about owning a business online. I'm very sure you've heard people making sales on the internet through social media and online stores. There are lots of information out there, and it can be very overwhelming to see what is and what is not. So I'll talk about 5 tips on how to grow your business. Unfortunately, I've owned a side hustle on social media. It was on Instagram and I sold bags and shoes. These tips help me, and I'm very sure it can help a lot of businesses too online. So the first one is get to know your customers. There are some questions we need to ask ourselves to know who our customers are, to know where to get our where to locate our target audience. So you ask yourself, how old are they? And most times the age range determines what social media channels they are on. It also, and whatever those people do also determines what medium you use and the language you use to speak with them, to talk about your products. So getting to know your customer or your target audience will help you choose the right medium. Some businesses run on multiple mediums and that's like social media or online stores, but you should be very careful not to spread yourself so thin. You should choose the medium your target audience are, and then you can go from there to other platforms. This helps you to be updated also on trends that you can use for your businesses, for your products. Knowing who your likely customers are helps you to effectively serve them. You also need to know what they watch, what they read. It helps you to improve your products. It helps you to also improve how you run your businesses, because I'm very sure that you are not going to be the only one selling that particular product. So you should know how to speak to your target audience. The second one is post meaningful content, and you also ask yourself that what do your customer like, which you can also take a cue from the pictures that are most liked on your social media handles, or you ask yourself when you notice that people continually ask for more information about the products, you might like to do a live video, or just a recorded video on your social media page, just to enlighten the customers or your followers on what your product can do and how it works. Then you should also take clear pictures. There are a lot of apps that can help you with good photography, most especially if it's Instagram or even Facebook. You need a picture. It doesn't need to be packed with all sorts. Sometimes even clear and simple pictures speak a lot. It just needs to be clear. It needs to appear nice, and you should also make your videos clear. And sometimes if you are going to promote it, you should try to make it a little bit short, within the range where people will see what your product does. It doesn't need to be a 5 or 10 minute video. You can just go straight to the point. So you should also talk about how your product works. This posting meaningful content about your product will help you a lot. It isn't just about selling all the time. Sometimes you have to tell stories. You have to to talk about your product without saying come and buy every time. And so you just need to know what really works for you. But I've I've also used the going live on social media channels, that's on Instagram, and it helped me. It helped the customers to see what what the product is like, and then it helped them to see the size, the real color of the product, and I'm very sure it would increase engagement on your social media channel. The third tip is focus on a niche. And during the growing period of your business, you should focus on a niche. It doesn't mean you shouldn't upsell later on, but you should pick one first. For example, I started with bags, and later on I moved on to shoes because some people were asking me for shoes. And it wasn't just because people were asking for shoes. I needed to know the amount of people who will also be interested in shoes, so that it's not that I'll just buy and then I won't get anyone to sell to. So focus on a niche. I wasn't selling bags, shoes, clothes, accessories, like different kind of things, because sometimes when it's time for you to market it, you ask yourself, okay, which one do I want to sell most? Which one do I want to push more? So start from somewhere and then grow into it. The fourth one is show off customer review. Customer reviews are really great. It reduces anxiety or doubt an intending customer has, and that is good customer reviews. Be sure to also review negative feedback. You're not selling to people, you're not selling to yourself, you're selling to people rather. And good customer review is as a result of product satisfaction. Your customer relationship should be very great. You should be able to answer questions both when you're intending customers in a polite manner, not in a rude way. Some vendors are very they get offended when an intending customer asks a lot of questions, and sometimes they are not, because they are not even sure if they will buy or not, if it's just a waste of time. But the customer may not buy but may refer someone to you just because of the way you treated them. That is if they had a good feedback or answer. But if it's a rude one, or if it was a rude episode, well, it might end up bad. So your customer relationship has to be very good. You need to speak well so that you get good customer reviews. It's not just in the product, it's also, like I said, it's also about your customer relationship. So this helped me a lot. I answered questions, and sometimes even the buying process may take up to 2 or 3 days, and you just have to follow. You just have to follow because you don't know if the person will buy or not. And most likely, if the person buys and is a happy customer, the person will surely refer other people to your business. The fifth one is advertise. When I started, I because I took it as a side hustle, I just did I just kept it with like something at the side. I didn't really talk about it. And talking about your business exposes you to more clientele, or should I say to more intending buyers. So you don't even have to spend a penny first. You can advertise on your WhatsApp status. You can talk about it, you can ask your friends to share it for you. Then you can also do paid ads on on social media channels. You can also get Instagram influencers. And we also notice that giveaways sometimes works. The giveaway should not be almost every time, but you can also do giveaways for your loyal customers, actually, for customers who have bought from you. It makes them happy, and it makes them happy. It's a kind of a loyalty reward. So when giving to strangers, also remember your customers, remember people who have bought from you. It's a way to also advertise. And the good thing about it is that the Corpreneur store has a feature that can help you send texts and emails to your customer directly. This will keep them posted on new stock. So these tips really helped me when I run my business on Instagram, and I hope you find these tips helpful to you also for your business. Thank you for listening.